and I think that's what champions do. I think that's what really good teams do. Just raise it to another level, and we have fun doing it. And I think Coach Sweeney has built this program for these type of games. I think we're not just a flash in the pan. I think that Coach Sweeney really has instilled belief in the players, instilled confidence that we can maybe sustain it.
On third down, everybody knows you're getting the ball. I mean, everybody knows they're going to be throwing it to you. I'm proud of you and the fact that even though everyone knows you're going to get it, you still get it.
Yeah, just confident. I mean, just appreciate the coaches having confidence. David Kelly having confidence in me, the team having confidence in me. But yeah, I just try to get open. And if everyone knows it, and Alabama tries to take it away, you want to throw to Dion or Ray or hand it off to Tavian or Travis or Adam. And so, really just trying to be available. My baseball coach back in high school would say the best ability in the world is availability. And so just trying to stay available.
The Bama question again, to have them, you've had great moments against them. Is there a little extra sense of, oh yeah, when their name comes up next to you?
A little bit. I mean, like we said, experience is the best teacher. We've had experience against Alabama. We're 1-1. It's kind of like playing in the backyard. Play with your brothers, and they win the first basketball game, you win the second. That game 3 has some bragging right to it. It has a little bit extra to it, and so you just want to play well. And that's how I can relate it. Up in the backyard, splitting the game 1-on-1 or on Xbox or in cards. Just trying to get that game 3.
Do you know any of those guys?
Don't know many of them. Just from watching Minka Fitzpatrick over the year, just have a ton of respect for him. We spoke at an FCA breakfast with him and J.K. Scott, both Christians and both doing an unbelievable job of sharing the gospel. And so, just a ton of respect for them. And while they're their opponents, they're family because we're all part of Christ.
Some Alabama fans they started a hashtag cover Hunter, and on my radio show they call him and say Mika should spy you all night long. What kind of respect do you think that is from a fan base that's won so many championships?
Yes, for a guy like Mika to guard me is a ton of respect. He's one of he won the Thorpe Award, I think, and the best defense player in the nation. So I think it should be fun. It's a challenge for me, of course. I remember the first national championship game, they made some adjustments at halftime, and he kind of brought him in and played man coverage on me in the slot. And so I'm expecting a little bit more of that.
Do you ever catch a first down play for 4 yards? For Alabama and Auburn fans, it only seems like it's crucial first down catches and touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to be available, like you said. It's weird. I used to joke that I could go in Alabama and get a speeding ticket, and hopefully it's an Auburn cop that stopped me. He might like me, but having success over the last 2 years with both of them, I'm probably not going to do so well in that situation.
Along those same lines, I think Jalen Hurts was saying that he has the picture of that catch and you like all over the bulletin board kind of material. How does it feel to be like just your face is basically bulletin board material?
Yeah. I mean that's bulletin board for them or material for them, but it's also for us. You don't just learn lessons in the bad times. You learn lessons in the good times as well. And I think that's more, just as if not more, motivation for us to get back and win it again, as it is for them to have lost it.
Scoring play last year, completely legal, normal play. You hear about characterizations of good play, and you shouldn't some of them have heard that stuff.
Yeah, mostly from the media. I think it was a perfectly legal play. I mean, I think even if our guy tried to pick him, it wouldn't have been a pick play. Tony Brown was kind of going over the top, but I think was it Averett maybe or Marlon Humphrey, one of them tackled Artavis, and it should have been a defensive PI in my opinion, but it all worked out and we won the game, so that's all that matters.
Hunter, how were you able to be so successful against Alabama these last 2 years? You had career days each year.
Yeah, I think just being consistent, just like I said earlier, just practice, just getting open in practice, just going back to the fundamentals in big time games just helps you. Whenever there's a big moment, you always just go back to what you do in practice and the fundamentals that got you there.
What is the difference between Deshaun Watson and Kelly Bryant that you could explain to people that haven't really compared the two?
Personality-wise, they're both calm under pressure. Kelly's a little more outgoing. Both great friends, great people. They both treat the janitor in the room just like a 5-star. so great people. But as far as playing wise, I'd say Deshaun and Kelly's gotten better at this. But Deshaun, whenever he scrambled to pass. I think Kelly scrambles to run a good bit, and which is great. I mean, we've limited the turnovers a lot, and a large part is because we scramble to run. So I'd say that's probably the biggest difference that I see. So whenever I'm running a route and he's scrambling, I'm looking to block a little bit more rather than going down the field for a long ball.
Did Dabo Swinney change at all after he became a national championship coach to this year?
No, and that's why we love him. He hasn't changed one bit. He still will crawl us if we need to. Will hold us accountable. But he also loves to have fun. And every year I've been here, we've been consistent. We've done the same thing year in year out, same schedule. And I think that's what it takes to be champions, to be successful, is just the level of consistency that he brings.
How do you believe playing Alabama in high-stakes games at the end of 3 straight seasons affects your and your teammates' attitude toward Alabama's players?
As far as just a rivalry?
I mean, I don't know if it's nuanced, if it's a combination of respect and contempt, or how you describe it.
Yeah, I think I was reading something in Minka whenever he got to the airport 2 days ago, saying that if we're playing Clemson, we're in a good spot. And I think that's how we feel at Clemson. If we're playing Alabama, that means we're playing the best of the best. And I just think that just playing them, we got kind of a 3-year rivalry. And it'd be cool to kind of get up on them 2-1. So we're just going to take it that way.
Hunter, what is it in your background that prepared you to be able to play major college football? It's obviously not all genetics. What mentally in your background?
I think just the way I was raised. I think the way that I was brought up. I'm part of a big family. We have 5 siblings and 60-something first cousins on my dad's side. And so those Thanksgiving games, those Christmas games, when you're in the front yard playing, and you don't get pass interference calls there, and so you got to get open regardless, and maybe the odds are stacked against you. You got to go win anyways. And I think just the upbringing from that standpoint, and also my relationship with Christ, whether I dropped that pass in Tampa last year and caught it, I wasn't going to be defined by that. I'm not going to be overwhelmed by that moment. And so I'm just going to go out there and have fun and play freely.
Coach said you actually dropped a pass in practice the other day. How often does that happen?
It happens. I mean, I'm human. So it happens.
What's your reaction when you hear people say that you're the Alabama killer?
It's funny to me because I know I'm not. I know that it's the entire team it takes to beat a team like Alabama. But it's cool. Hopefully we continue that on and have another good game. But I know they probably wouldn't like that. We'll see.
What have you seen from the Alabama secondary this year versus last?
Very similar. I think almost all of them are juniors and seniors. I think Levi Wallace, a former walk-on, so I'm already starting to like him a little bit. But they're extremely talented, physical. Minka is so versatile; he can play so many positions. But very, very similar. So we'll see how it goes.
Hunter, you talked about Dabo earlier a little bit. His personality, it looks like he enjoys what he does, even more so than we see with others made professional. How does that reflect on you guys and change what we do?
Yeah, I think it takes the pressure off of us. A guy like Coach Sweeney, like I said, his consistency, just the way his outlook on life. A lot of people don't believe that he's a real deal, but he really is. He's the same person every day. What you see on TV is how you see him in the locker room, how you see him on a random Wednesday afternoon in the spring. Just that same level of energy, the same level of love for his team, the people around him. Just allows you to play free and allows you to, all right, if I make a mistake, he's going to be disappointed. And he's going to hold us accountable, but he's not going to love us any less. And I think that, I know for me and a lot of the players, just allows us to play with that less pressure and just knowing that he's going to be there regardless.
Now, you probably have many, but do you have a favorite Dabo story, maybe one recently that kind of exemplifies who he is?
Yeah, and some, along the lines of him treating everyone the same. So he was at the College Football Hall of Fame for something in Atlanta.
Sure.
And Will, one of my good friends, his son, freshman, him and Clay went with him. And they just got back to Clemson, flew back down, and they're at the gas station. And I get a call, and Will is like, Hunter, my car's not starting, and I just got my alternator fixed. So I was like, all right, I'll be there in a second. And so I roll up, and me and my girlfriend, and I'm kind of checking their car out and got some jumper cables, and I was excited that he called me before he did his dad, and so we couldn't figure it out. So his dad comes, and he gets there, and he starts looking around and starts investigating, and evidently Clay had pumped diesel into the car. And it was funny because he was hot. I mean, he had all the money in the world. He could pay for it, but he stayed there for 30 minutes, took him all the way to the other gas station, and was lecturing him like he would a receiver on the bench who just dropped a pass, and just pounding him for 30 minutes. And I was sitting in the car, and I didn't know if I should leave, or I was having too fun of a time just laughing at him. So that was just a good story.
Last question.
Do you think Dabo has a soft spot for a guy like you, being that he was a walk-on who succeeded?
Well, I think a little bit. I think that he knows my story. We're similar as far as coming to be a walk-on and what we had to do to overcome.